Hi, Facebook land. It's been a couple years, but I decided that I wanted to keep everybody updated as promised, and I really did not feel like spending a bunch of time typing it all out. And Facebook Live really isn't cool anymore, but it's very me. So I figured I would just jump on and share it all. So I'm going to fly through as best I can. Hi, Caroline. Okay, so how I got here. So I really have not talked about this online at all ever, but when I was 18 years old, after I had my first baby, I developed a raging and a life-controlling eating disorder. So I was bulimic and had binge eating disorder for about, from the time I was 18 till the time I was about 40. And when I was 40, I started to really get it under control. In 2016, my doctor told me about Vyvanse, and it helped me get all the binge eating under control. And I was on that for 8 years. I went into really in-depth counseling and really worked, and actually, even though Vyvanse ended up messing up my metabolism really badly, it was a huge blessing because it allowed me to do the hard work and actually resolve my eating disorder. But then come about 2023, there I was, and for the first time in my life, my adult life, I didn't have an eating disorder, and I had a healthy relationship with food. And my metabolism was completely and totally broken. And in the last couple of years, I have put on about anywhere between 30 and 40 pounds. I've gone through a year-long program that was doctor overseen. I had a nurse that was my personal dietitian and nutritionalist, reviewing literally every bite of food I put into my mouth. I had an exercise program. This lasted a year. It was guaranteed to transform women over 40. It did not, because there were things that were broken fundamentally in my metabolism. I have done deep therapeutic keto, testing my blood sugar. I have proven to be insulin resistant and have a lot of that stuff going on. So that is how I ended up kind of in a place where, honestly, at the start of this year, I was praying and fasting and just asking the Lord for, it'd be great. I would love a miracle. I wake up one day and my body works and my cells talk to each other. I would have been super down for that. But what I got was a text from a friend saying, hey, me and some girls, we're going out to dinner. And listen, one of my friends has been on quite a journey, and I really feel like you might be blessed by this peptide thing. And I looked at the text, and do you ever just no? And I was like, all right, absolutely, I'm going. So that was how I ended up here so quickly. And then, you know me, I cannot help but share when I'm going on a journey. I made the post, hey, I think I'm going to dive into this. I decided to go hear all the information, and then I shared in written form that was very long all of what I had learned about the peptides and how they work in the body and why I decided to go for it. Very funny thing, when I actually went to complete my patient intake and start the process, I did not actually know that the GLP1’s that I had been hearing about were peptides. So you could have knocked me over with a feather when I was like, oh, that's what I'm doing? Okay, well, this all makes a lot of sense. Medically speaking, I feel the go in my spirit. I'm gonna go for it. And then I just really felt like I was supposed to share the journey, which I have really not been present since about 2022, but here I am. So yeah, I know somebody sent a laughy face. It was really funny. I had never even considered GLP1’s because I actually thought they worked like pharmaceuticals work, where they, Vyvanse really helped me. It really helped a lot. It just left a lot of damage. And I have found for my body, that's kind of what happens when I strong arm it with pharmaceuticals. So finding out that GLP1’s were actually peptides, which help your body do the things it's supposed to do anyways, that was huge light bulb for me. So the ordering and patient experience. First of all, this is not a random supplement that you take. You do a patient intake, and it was very easy. It is in Texas, I think all but 2 states, it's asynchronous, which means you put in all the information for your doctor and you complete checkout, and then you get a link to your patient portal. My doctor is very nice. He explained everything for me in both written form and with a video. And anytime I have questions, I can go straight to the patient portal and get them. It is absolutely amazing. I'm a huge fan of telehealth to begin with because I'm a hermit. I don't want to go places. But also the experience, like, it was very smooth. It was not complicated or clunky. I really liked it a lot. Because I live in Texas, which is where the pharmacy is located, I actually got my package like a day and a quarter later. So not everybody would get it that quickly. It came in a big silver insulated package on ice with 2 things, and inside was this and this. So here, and I took them out of the refrigerator for this, so I wanted you to be able to see like just how it came. I have my first month, second month, third month, and then they send you for free, they send you Zofran in case you have any nausea. And then this pops open like that, and there is my vial. And the cap fell at the bottom. It's not supposed to do that, but you know, it happens. And then this was my welcome package. I loved this. I wanted you all to see this. Okay, so first of all, it came with a really nice tape measure. So you can take measurements because we're not just wanting weight results. Honestly, I knew I have an extreme amount of inflammation. So just as much as I would love to drop the weight, I know a lot of it is inflammation. And so I'm really tracking that. I'm getting distracted by my silver hair. Gotta stop looking at the top of my head. Okay, so this is our little welcome note from the founder of EllieMD. And I actually really liked this. This is a whole tracking journal. It's got all of my starting measurements, all of like what I'm looking for beyond just weight loss, because I'm actually very excited about the other peptides, longevity. Like, it's really like they're going to be expanding into like HRT in the future, like all kinds of stuff. So I'm really, really excited about this. And then, this is actually has everything about side effects, tips, tricks, like all the different, it's really great for anybody who is very much, wants all the details written down so you can just like sum it up, is right there. And then this is all of the sterile, their little insulin needles, all of what I would need for 3 months, the alcohol prep pads, and a little guide that shows exactly how to do everything. Although my friend sent me a video that demonstrated it. And if anybody else decides to go on this journey with me, I'll send you one and show you. So that was my little package that I received. Loved it. Everything has been really super wonderful. Okay. Let's see. So I told you I wanted to make sure I wasn't scattered. So the package, I showed you the parts. I told you about the patient portal. Okay, so the pharmacy that this comes from, it only serves EllieMD. It's exclusive. It's not owned by them because that would be a conflict of interest, but they work only with EllieMD. And they are a 503A, which is the highest grade of pharmacy. They are a compounding pharmacy. So this is not a situation where you are getting like research grade peptides or sandwich baggies with syringes sent to you. There's a lot of really interesting things that I have found out can happen. This is not that. You have a doctor and a patient portal, and then they ship you your things from the highest grade of compounding pharmacy that exists. And yeah, so just wanted to cover those things because I'm sharing about this. I'm really, really happy and excited to be a brand partner because I love to share things. And if I receive a blessing in return, that really helps me and my family. But I did not want in any way for it to be unclear that this is not an MLM. This is a telehealth company that has brand partners that can help share about it. Let's see. My first injection. Okay, guys, I was a little nervous, probably not as nervous as if I had not already been having to prick my fingers to test my blood sugar like a bajillion times a day. Pricking my fingers was actually much worse than doing the injections. So I had to grab a piece of like tummy fat, which was shockingly and sadly easy to find. And you put in the needle at a 45-degree angle. The thing is that I could only feel it on the surface. It was like a tiny prick, not even as bad as testing my blood sugar. And then that was really it. So I had been really scared about the first injection, and it was not a big deal at all, especially because my friend sent me that video. So it kind of just like, I had been mostly worried about doing it wrong. And I'm really, I don't want to get an infection or something. So I wanted to be really careful, and I felt very secure. Like I followed all the directions, and I was like, okay, I can do this. And so I actually had my second dose this morning, and I was like, okay, this is no big deal. Okay. So first injection was not a problem. The needle is tiny, guys. It really is. First week experience. So I don't actually have a lot of what they call food noise anymore. Because of doing a lot of rerouting mental pathways and some stuff like that. But I did notice it was even calmer. The dose that you get when you first start out is teeny tiny. It's not even a therapeutic dose yet. It's just getting your body like acclimated to it so that you can move towards a therapeutic dose. But yeah, I did find it was really, really easy to stick to all of my decisions. Making great choices was really easy. And then for me, I was super excited to be able to eat fruits and vegetables because I had previously been on like a deep therapeutic level keto diet thing. I had not been getting fruits and vegetables, and to be able to have like Greek yogurt with strawberries and blueberries, like who needs chocolate if you can have a strawberry? Like when you haven't had a bite of fresh fruit in like 5 months, that's pretty exciting. That was great. I did learn that you need to drink a lot of water. So I bought this off of Amazon, and I have to drink 2 of these a day. For my first one, I put in 1 scoop of Ultima electrolytes. I choose Ultima. You can get it off Amazon because they have really great flavors, but they don't have a bunch of junk in them, and they are very low sodium. Because with all the inflammation I've got going, I do not need extra sodium happening. My first time I got it, I got raspberry. That was really good. And then I ordered a variety pack of all the mocktinis. And I think I've settled on either pina colada or strawberry margarita for my next like full size thing of it, but it's really good. So this is just my new best friend so that I can make sure that I get enough water. I prioritize eating protein first before I eat anything else because it's really important to get enough protein. That hasn't been really difficult. I did notice that it wore off towards the end of the week. I think that's really normal, but that wasn't a problem for me. It didn't really bother me. I just was noticing because I was trying to notice everything to share with y'all. I noticed that I slept significantly better. That was one thing I wasn't expecting and was really excited to see. My sleep had been really restless, and I felt like I slept much deeper after the first night. First night, I had just taken the first injection, and I was like, I don't know. I was like a kid on Christmas morning, but Christmas morning had just happened. It wasn't about to happen, so I don't know. I just couldn't sleep that first night. But yes, so that is that's my first week experience. I highly, highly, highly recommend this. If you have been thinking about it, I would be more than happy to talk with you. Share with you a little more in detail about how I decided to go for this. I know that this is kind of a little bit taboo to talk so openly about between eating disorders and my weight and jumping into GLP1's, even though I didn't originally know that's what I was doing. But this I have found, especially from all the text messages and messages to me, I am not alone. There are a lot of y'all that are going round and round the same circles that I was. And so I just wanted to, I never want people to feel like they're alone. So yeah, there's that. I'm going to be putting together a Zoom where if you have questions, I'm going to connect with a couple of possible medical professionals for like deep questions, but then I have a ton of resources that I can help connect you with, and there's like a whole community that can really like help on that side of things. So if you're at all interested, if you have questions, if you're wondering whether it's like the anti-aging or the sleep or recovery from workout, like there's so many different peptides that can help with so many different things. If you've got an issue and you're wondering if EllieMD has something that could help with that, connect with me. Let me know if you want to come to the Zoom. I'd be more than happy to make sure that you're there. And then you can always go to the website link that I shared and like go through the intake, and then you'll be in the back and I will definitely follow up with you. And last but not least, okay, my week 1 results. Now, I am not at all disappointed to say that like weight loss was not a thing. I wasn't expecting that, but I do have to share, y'all, I lost 5.5 inches around my waist, 2 inches around my hips, 3 inches around my bust, like an inch here, an inch there, you know, like, I was so inflamed, and I can still like press in on my shin. So there's still a ways to go, but 5.5 inches from around my waist. And, that to me was so wildly encouraging, that I had to share. It's just the start of the journey. I'm just 1 week in, but, if you are thinking about it, please let me know. If you have questions about anything from the peptide side to the brand partner side, just let me know. I will be around, and I will see y'all for week 2 check-in. Okay? Mwah.